Hello and welcome to my late night show, Joy of Working. I'm Chaya Srivatsa and I'm sharing with you all the experiences I've had in all the jobs that I've done. And I've done many, many of them. As you know from now, I have spoken for almost 35 episodes on the different kinds of jobs I've done. Some pro bono, some for payment, some for fun, some just like that. Today I'm going to bring you to a very crucial job in my career path. One morning I was going for my usual walk and I saw a deadly accident. A company bus had rammed into some scooter or car, whatever, and there were 6 bodies lying on the road. I was just watching and wondering, nobody else on the road, there was no ambulance, nothing. Then a municipal van came and they just picked up these and put them in the van and took them maybe to the hospital or whatever. 2 things struck me. Number one was, which company's bus was this? I'm going to make them pay for it by gifting an ambulance. To whom? Because when I went home, I called up the commissioner, police commissioner, and asked him why wasn't there an ambulance to pick these up? Because 2 other hospitals I rang up, they said our ambulance is out of order. When I asked the commissioner, he said, I'm sorry, we don't have an ambulance. So that morning, I made up my mind that I would make that company gift an ambulance to the commissioner's office. At that time, I was running my city magazine because as an editor, I knew all these bigwigs and the commissioner knew whom he was talking to. You see, when you send out something like that to the universe, and the universe answers you. And how did it do that? I saw an ad in the newspaper by a public sector, HMT, calling for applications for a DGM and Chief of Public Relations. I didn't have any of the qualifications they asked for, but as you know me, I had my own set of them, and I wrote to them and said, I have these qualifications. If you think they are good enough for you, you may think of me as a candidate. To cut a long story short, I was called for the interview, I was selected, and I became the Chief of Public Relations DGM at HMT Bangalore. And what do you think I did the first thing after I became the Chief of PR? I had found out that the bus which was responsible for that accident was an HMT bus. And when I became the Chief of PR, I took a proposal to the chairman to gift an ambulance to the commissioner's office. And I told him the background to the whole thing. And Dr. M.R. Naidu, who was then the CMD of HMT, sanctioned an ambulance. And that was gifted when I think his name is Mr. Ramlinga something, I forget now, it was 25 years ago, I don't remember now, but he was the Commissioner of Police and we gifted this ambulance to the police department. I saw it later running around in the city, hopefully picking up accident victims in a better way than in a municipal van. So you see, that was my next job as Chief of Public Relations, HMT. And I think God put me there because I said, I'm going to make that company gift an ambulance. So He put me there to make sure that I fulfilled my promise to myself. Strange, isn't it? Well, lot of things happened there. But I'm going to only share with you the public relations activities that I did. So the first one I did was to, as a external public relations activity, to gift an ambulance to the police department. Subsequently, the regional manager of LIC invited me to come and address his members to talk about how I was able to gift this, and subsequently the Life Insurance Corporation of India, the regional, I think, they also gifted an ambulance. So you see, when you do one thing, somebody else follows it if they think there is a lot of meaning to what you did. So that was number one of the external activity that I did. I'm going to share with you in the next couple of episodes the PR activities that I did in HMT, because in a way they were unique. In a way, I was able to do them because in a public sector the resources are available and the reach is very wide. And in a way, I thought it was a nation building activity. I had a lot of interesting projects which I came up with, and I had the support of the CMD, so I was able to carry out those projects. And I'm hoping those who are in PR will be able to take some tips from what I'm going to share here, both in internal public relations, external public relations, and community activities. There are three aspects to it. Besides, of course, hospitality, which is a very big thing in a public sector. I'll tell you some interesting anecdotes about this hospitality stuff. So be with me for the next couple of episodes on my experiences as a PR chief of HMT Bangalore. So till I meet you tomorrow, happy weekend. I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.